And I'm back with the second episode of The Catch-Up. Now this week was a bit hard to find stories, but I found a few stories from the past day or so that I will be talking about in this episode. Now one of them won't be UFC, purely the fact is that I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know too much about the UFC, it's mainly Josh that knows about it. Congratulations to Conor McGregor on winning 2 divisional titles. He's written up a couple articles in our blog, so the links will be down below to have a look at those because they're really good reads. Now we go on to some motorsports. In particular, we're going to go to the Formula 1. It's heading to the business end of the championship, and the Brazil Grand Prix was on last weekend, and Lewis Hamilton kept the championship alive with another victory this season. So congratulations to Lewis Hamilton on winning that Grand Prix in Brazil. Nico Rosberg, he finished second, who is the championship leader at the moment, and it was unfortunate because he just had to win that race to actually win the whole championship. I think it'd be the first time he'd win it too. And for all you Australians out there, Daniel Ricciardo, he came 8th in that race. So if we have a look at the standings right now, you can see that Nico Rosberg is ahead on 367 points. In second place is Lewis Hamilton on 355 points, 12 points behind. And Daniel Ricciardo is in third, 121 points behind Rosberg. Now, the teammates Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, they've won 9 races each, so it's a fair few races, and the championship is still up for grabs for those two. It's out of those two that can win it, no one else can win it. So basically what has to happen for Rosberg to win is he's just got to finish above Hamilton. Basically that's all he has to do. So winning it will definitely do it. Hamilton, what he has to do to win is he has to finish first and rely on Rosberg not to come second. Or third, I believe, as well. So I don't think he can finish on a podium, Nico Rosberg, if Hamilton wins the race. So if Hamilton wins the championship. So it's actually going to be quite exciting. So the last race will be in Abu Dhabi, so it'll be very exciting to see who will win it. But at the moment, you think Rosberg has got the upper hand because he's finished the podium a lot of times, so you expect him to get the victory here, but you never know. So it's going to be an exciting finish, and it'll be very interesting how this last race will go. And now we're going to go on some tennis. We're going to the Fed Cup. Now if you don't know what the Fed Cup is an international women's team competition. Pretty much equivalent to the men's is the Davis Cup. So hopefully I explained that well. The final happened, it was between Czech Republic and France, and it was really interesting because it actually got to 2-all, so the decider had to be done in doubles, and Czech Republic won the last game 7-5, 7-5 to clinch another Fed Cup. So we have a look at the actual playoffs and how the two countries got to the final. There you go, you can see it there how they've got through. So well done to both the countries who make it to the final. France, runners up, unfortunately just couldn't get over the line. But once again, congratulations to Czech Republic of winning another Fed Cup. And now we're going to go on to some Rugby League now. So in particular, the Four Nations is happening right now. This happened between 4 countries, Australia, New Zealand and England. And that 4th country usually every time is decided by Europeans Cup, which was won by Scotland. So there were the 4 teams in this Four Nations. If you have a look at the ladder at the moment, so there's still at the final to be played, which is usually decided by the top 2 teams after 3 games each. Now Australia, they've won every game, so they're in the final. They'll go against New Zealand, good on them. And England were only 1 point behind them. So that was really close there in Scotland. Obviously had 1 point because they drew with New Zealand. But New Zealand beat England, so obviously it's kind of fair enough. They finished second. On the 20th of November, it will be Australia versus New Zealand. So if you're interested in that game, that's when it's on. And I think Australia will be red hot favourites to win that after they did beat New Zealand. So New Zealand have had the wood on them the past year, so it'll be very interesting how it all goes. So, but Australia favourites at that one, so that game will be on the 20th of November. And now we'll finish on some basketball. So the NBL, which is the Australian Basketball League, basically. So it was a game between the Cairns Taipans and the Brisbane Bullets. It was about a minute and a half left in the game. Brisbane were up 84-76. Until a blackout happened in the middle of the game. So it's been unfortunate due to actual severe thunderstorms that happened in the city at that time. Caused a blackout there. So I think it took about 45 minutes to an hour to get the power back. By that time the game was officially abandoned and they awarded the points. I think it's FIBA rules. They allowed it to Brisbane since they were winning at that time. But they weren't complaining, obviously. Who would be complaining? While Cairns, they're actually going to appeal this decision and they should get something back in the next day or so. So what can you do? You know, these blackouts, they just happen unexpectedly. Like sometimes... Oh geez, got a blackout here now. Well, I guess we'll have to do this a little later then.
2 hours later.
Hey, the power's back on. So that's it for the second episode of the catch-up. If you're enjoying this series, leave a thumbs up. Comment if there's any other sports and stories that you'd like me to talk about. I'll do my best to get them in. And subscribe here. Should be there somewhere, I hope. Subscribe if you're new here, if you want more content. So we'll catch you next time.